All right, fuck faces. We're here with Clay Crick, the Biltwell's People's Champ, and I know you guys. You wouldn't shut up. You said we need more Jean-Luc. We're giving you more Jean-Luc. He's on the pod again for our first four-way.
Yeah, what's up, guys? How we doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Doing good, baby.
We finally got an American Pope. We've all been waiting for this for centuries.
We did it. We did it, boys. Lord for everyone. It's fucking amazing.
In honor of our new Pope,
Oh,
Antonio, probably.
dude,
I'm gonna swill on some Malort, okay?
you had way too close to you. That is unfortunate, but amen, brother.
I saw the old Pope got taken away in a Ram 1500.
Dude, I saw that. They just
Like
chucked him in
a good old boy.
fucking pickup truck, dude.
Toss him in the pile.
Yeah, the pile of popes. Put him with the other ones.
Hit the plague pit. Just dump him. We're out with him and with the new.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, dude, I wish you guys were all here right now with me, so I'd force you to take a shot of this bullshit. It is horrible, dude.
You're on your
Clay,
own,
have
bro.
you ever had Malort?
No, I never have.
Dude,
I don't know if I want any.
No, I keep it like
you
that.
don't. You have to experience it, once in your life,
Maybe I'll do a shot.
Yeah. Like, everybody should have at least one Dewey, and everybody should take a shot of Malort.
Yeah.
Learning experience.
I feel like you got to get tricked into drinking Malort, though. You can't go into it knowing it's bad. You have to.
I haven't done that yet. That's an excellent idea. Next time someone comes over, I'm going to be like, do you like scotch? Something like that.
I was at a wedding, had Malort for whatever fucking reason, and that was the way that people got people. Oh, we're doing shots, and everyone's excited, and then they get that, and it's just fucking not happy.
It's the way. Bro, if you trick someone into drinking this, you might get hurt. Like,
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
It tastes like cleaning products. Like, what? Did you just make me drink Windex?
I'd rather, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Now I really don't want a shot after hearing that.
Well, now you got to try it because you're curious.
Maybe we'll just do a shot of Windex.
That could be a new trend this summer. Windex shots.
There we go. We had Tide Pods for this.
Yeah. Tide Pods are out. Windex shots are in this summer.
We are not a species built to last, boys.
Nope. That's for sure.
Dude, did you hear about that kid that fucking injected butterfly into his veins?
What the fuck is butterfly? Is that one of those vape things?
A butterfly, the insect.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, dude, he fucking crushed up a butterfly and injected it into his blood, and obviously he died because your body's like, hey, this shouldn't be in here.
What the fuck?
That's what you went? Was thinking of what you can inject into your body? That's not drugs?
He was probably trying to start a trend.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, women have been doing that for years on their lower back, getting butterflies down.
So true.
That's nothing new.
Dude.
Fair enough.
They got to bring the tramp stamp back. We shamed them. But you know what? It's a great place for a tattoo. And what better to get than a beautiful butterfly?
Yeah.
The tramp stamp and whale tail. Bring that back.
Yeah, mine just looked like a hairy moth. That's all.
Why does that bear have wings?
Yeah, that's Mothman.
Yeah, dude. So, Clay, I wanted to ask you, because you sent me some pictures, and we see the bike behind you right now. The world famous bike that you won Biltwell's People's Champ. What year was that? Was that 2 years ago?
22.
22. What year is it today? 3 years ago. I had to just do some quick math.
That was pretty quick.
No, I remember when you were building that thing, it was fucking insane, right? And I haven't seen it in a while, and I'm glad that you held on to it. Is that one of those bikes that you're going to hold on to forever?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah,
awesome.
I don't plan on selling it.
Yeah.
Too many good memories with it.
I don't think anybody could afford it, and the people that could afford it probably wouldn't want to ride it. You know?
I think I'd get lowballed. It's a Honda.
Yeah, true.
Worth that.
Bring it to all.
That's true.
What's that?
But you sent me some. What's the new build that you're doing? It's
So it's a divorced ironhead. It's a 69 in a single down tube frame. I got out of Jersey and ratchet top behind it. And just like a cool 70s weird chopper swing arm. So I'll have some pictures posted by the time this airs, but
oh, you haven't really released any pics yet?
not really. I had mock-up pictures, but
Yeah, dude.
um,
That is I'm gonna say that it's might even be crazier than the Honda.
it's just
It's pretty
I
fucking
just try
crazy.
to do
Dude.
weird. I do weird stuff, and I try to do something different on every build.
It's very cool, man. This thing is unreal.
Thank you. So that's getting built for the 2025 show season. First stop will be at the OCC Chopper Show on the 16th to the 18th. So get out there this month.
Dude, I want to. Can I show a picture of it on this? Or are you saving it?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, where's your show? Just so people know.
It's in Clearwater, Florida. Burt's Barracuda Harley and OCC Roadhouse. It's a really good time. Live music, cool bikes, good food, good people. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. If you're in the area, definitely go check it out.
Look at that messy ass
See that?
garage.
That just tricked me out.
How does that
Dude,
guy
this thing
even
has a
work
trumpet on it. Look at this. Are you seeing this? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was a swing arm. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the struts.
Yeah,
Thanks.
lightning
Yeah, there
bolt
was a
struts, dude.
chopper
Yeah.
swapper find?
No shit. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it has
That
a lot
looks
of
bad.
like used swap meet, chopper swapper, custom made stuff on it. I try to build stuff on the cheap if I can. With basic tools and have my buddy John Luke here do some badass epoxy work for me. So he killed him on that.
Yeah,
dude.
talk us through that, John Luke.
Well, Clay thought up a wild idea and he wanted something different. So I don't know if you could see it on that, but I think he did post some other pictures. He wound up putting in a gusset.
Oh, yes. Me and Dan were talking about this. The porno gusset.
Yeah, so he found a bunch of eBay for the win once again. He got a bunch of Playboys, not Playgirls. I tried to talk him into it. He wouldn't do it. But he got a bunch of Playboys and some Easy Riders, and I just kind of went to town, some arts and crafts, and made I collaged both sides of that. And then I just laid in some UV resin and just did it in layers. That's the first time I've done something like that. So not so much trial and error because I really couldn't have much error because once you fuck up, that's it. So
I probably shouldn't have shown that. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube, but YouTube, blue haired, admin or whatever. All those ladies were breastfeeding.
I put before I put them in. Don't worry, it's fine. Totally.
What'd you call this, Dan?
The pussy gussy. Oh, it sounds so stupid to say out loud.
The name of the bike. I like that. I was gonna call it Two Christmases because it's a divorced ironhead.
Oh, that's so good.
That's pretty.
I like that.
That is fucking good.
I like that. The porno gusset is a brand new feature called the pussy gussy though. Jean Luc will make you a pussy gussy. You just got to send them some old dirty magazines.
Yeah.
I think that's a really, really fucking cool idea. I really like that. That is awesome.
I'm just
Try to do something different.
Cool.
Like I seen it on like gas tanks you know, guys will do like a collage and kind of wrap the whole tank in it. I'm like, it'd be kind of cool on a gusset.
Definitely. That's
Yeah,
a
dude.
really cool
I
idea.
love that.
Very
I love
unique.
that type of sentiment too. Like, dude, sometimes this community gets a little stuffy. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like you got to remember, it's about being stupid idiots and doing fun stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like that is fun. Nobody's gonna look at that and be like, oh, that's not funny. That's not cool. Like that's dude. It's naked chicks in a gusset.
I mean, that's fun in magazines, boys. You know, it's not like I sourced this from, women I took pictures of,
Right.
Yeah, that would be creepy if you had an upskirt like camera gusset or something.
Oh man.
Just taking pictures of ladies at Walmart.
Shoe cam.
different if I'm taking pictures of that.
That's awesome. So the gusset though, you said it's it's an actual steel gusset in there that you epoxy resin those pictures in.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's function and form. Okay.
Yeah. Clay, was that like an 1/8 inch, something like that, Clay?
Yeah, probably.
Oh shit.
So and then he just, laid that in there, fabbed that in, and then I just had to come up with a way to lay everything out. So I actually, I took a gun lock, and I used, because I like the ribbing on it, which I found out the hard way that once you cut the gun lock, they're actually all individual little beads, and they just go everywhere. So
Oh shit.
but I needed something I could kind of mold to, and I didn't want it to pour out. So I cast that in clay, and then, no pun intended, clay. I cast that, and then I'd use that as a border for the gusset. So I had like an edge I could pour epoxy to.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fun project. It was something I hadn't done before, and just a lot of, get creative and try different things. And I don't know, I think it came out all right.
For sure.
Yeah, dude.
It came out great. Yeah, man.
It
I'm
looks
very
pretty
stoked
cool.
on it.
Sure.
Who did the paint?
I was just gonna
I
ask.
did. That was all spray paint. So
Fuck yeah,
I did
dude.
that using Ed Roth Metal Flake kits. I think it was called Badass Blue. So it was. I'm like so new to painting, and I'm colorblind, so I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
Same.
Yeah, he's
so I did like a
colorblind, too.
white primer and a silver metallic base coat, sprayed on the blue candy, and took a razor blade and made all the cracks and stuff because I was trying to do a patina paint job.
Nice.
So I did cracks with a razor blade. Took some acetone and kind of rubbed through the candy coat to reveal some of the silver. So I did that in some spots, and then I took an acetylene torch and got all the black soot and just kind of went over the whole frame and the tins. And if it was too dark, I took an air gun and just got some of that off there and then clear coated it.
Oh no shit.
It looks awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. You wouldn't tell. You can't tell from the pictures that it's rail can. But actually, I've used that Roth stuff. It's pretty freaking good, dude.
I used it on my last bike, my orange Evo I had, and it came out really nice. Like their flake is on point for especially for a rattle can.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can do some really,
flake.
really
You can
cool
do the
stuff.
pearls. You can do all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they sell stuff to spray out of a gun too, if you prefer to do that. But I mean, for the price of a kit to paint your bike, you can't really beat it if you want to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
For
Dude,
sure.
I'll tell you what. I'm trying my hand at doing an actual paint job, and it's been hell this week.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Started over, huh?
Yeah, dude. I had to start over. I fucked up the image transfer, and
Oof.
I'm out of dude, dumped so much paint. Spent so much time cleaning guns. That's the other thing, is just like the maintenance of all this shit to get the guns clean. Dude, I definitely lost double digits IQ points inhaling acetone. Like, dude, like I just reek of acetone. So much acetone. I was buying gallons of it to clean this shit. I dissolved a screwdriver in the acetone accidentally because I was using it to clean out I had a little tiny screwdriver, and I was trying to there was a clog in one of the little holes, and I probably just dropped it, and it fucking went into this acetone. It dissolved overnight. It was
so
the whole
wild.
handle, the whole plastic handle is gone, dude. Fucking wild. And I'm
It
getting
is
all the
brutal.
while, I'm getting it in my eyes, in my face, on my hands. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get some type of cancer.
Wear a respirator, kids.
Yeah.
And
And
I fucking dude, respirators suck when you have a beard. John Live.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
They
it
don't
don't
work.
work. I mean, it's a great idea, but we can't get the seal that you recommended for respirators. So
Yeah.
you know
Only
I
half
used a
works.
COVID mask, is what I used.
what?
Yeah,
I used
that'll
one of
work.
those like COVID doctor's masks
Yeah,
when I
that
sprayed.
works. Definitely helped against COVID and also paint for sure.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I called.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, Fauci said it was good. You're golden.
Mm-hmm. He is the science.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I would do I all day long with those Roth kits, and I think they sell them with the 2K clear too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Super legit kits for sure.
yeah.
Highly recommended.
And they're like under $100 for a kit, right?
I think a kit is
Got
around.
one right here. Look.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
$80 probably for 4 cans. It takes like
Mhm.
4 kits to do a bike.
Yeah.
What I found out, but
That is still cheaper than doing the whole urethane ordeal for sure, especially right now. Paint is so fucking expensive right now.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're learning too, I mean, if you're not trying to, go with paint guns and stuff, it's way
Right.
cheaper to fuck up. More
For sure.
at least.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dump a lot of paint, waste a lot of paint.
Yeah.
And that shit you can't keep either. Like once you mix it in with the activators and stuff,
Right.
I got all these little pucks of like clear coat and like base coat and shit, just like after the cup fucking dries overnight. Yeah, dude. God bless your cotton sock stand. Painting shit is fucking hard. I would not
it's
do
not
that
fun.
for a business.
I just had to restart too yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw, but I had Bougie Billy's paint job. I goofed on one side. So yeah, had to start over again. I had the thing fixtured. I had this tank fixtured. Oil tank's right here. Oil tank's still good. But I had the tank fixtured on my little thing I have back there, and I didn't realize when I put the bolt through the front mount, the tank was sitting on an angle. So when I laid the inner coat clear to bury all the tape lines, the inner coat slid off that side that was off. The gravity just took it and it pulled the pearl. So I went in and tried to fix it, and I had some weird shit going on. So I think I could do it better. I think the flamingo could be done better and stuff. So I had to restart again. And
What do you have to do when you do that? What is your process for stripping? You just like blast or acetone, or what do you do?
Depends on what the finish is. That one I had everything was coated in clear coat at the moment, and I didn't do any clear coat layers. I just did the primer, and then right over the primer I did all of the base coat and pearl all in one go, and then did one quick layer of inner coat and then 2 layers of clear. So it's just straight up clear coat. So all I had to do was scuff the clear coat, make sure everything was nice and flat, and then I shot my high build primer right over that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I'm just starting from primer essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hot
But
tip,
it
dude,
depends.
with the clear coat. The clear coat saves your ass. It's like a
It's a
protective
reset
layer.
button.
Like,
Yeah, it's a clear coat is a reset button. I've used clear coat as primer on questionable substrates and
it would
whatnot.
have saved my image transfer if I just did a coat of clear,
Yeah, for sure. It's a time consuming part of the process because clear takes a good 24 hours, but it's worth it, especially if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
Um,
Clay, that Evo, man, I gotta say, we gotta talk about that at least a little bit. I've been drooling over that bike since you put it out, dude. That thing is so fucking cool.
I wish I still had it, man. It's in Arizona, living its best life.
oh no shit.
I'm happy to hear you got it sold, but man, that thing is cool. Can you tell us a little bit about the Chunky Monkey experience? I love that dude so much, and I heard
that
a bunch about
was
it.
great, man.
Please tell me that
He's
story.
such a cool dude.
He is.
So I hit him up before, taking it out there and talking to him, like kind of what I want. I said like 60s and 70s style pinstriping. And I got to his place probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Laid out, everything. We're going over designs and stuff, and he starts pinstriping. And I think I left at like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. the next day. He pinstriped all that time, hours and hours straight of pinstriping. And I'd come back and check on him. I'm like, hey, you need any? You need like a drink or cigarettes or something? It's like, yeah,
Wow.
I'm good. Yeah, dude, really dedicated to his craft and does a hell of a job.
He really does. I love that dude's artwork so much. I have a bunch of it when he was doing raffles like a lot a few years ago. I was entering them, and those are like the only raffles I ever won. I've got so much of his art in here just from his raffles. I love that dude and his work. That's so cool. I don't remember where I heard that story, but it might have been another podcast you had done. But that's so cool, and it's so on brand for him. He's the best dude.
Yeah, he pinstriped my second bike I built, my Shovelhead Gypsy Queen, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
he drove from Jersey to PA to do that, and
Mm,
just did it in my shop. I had my fan going and stuff, and
that's so
yeah, he
awesome.
knocked it out. That was 2019, probably
Unreal.
2020.
And of course, his work is unbelievable. Also,
Yeah,
that stuff he did on that Evo is so rad.
Dude, I'm
yeah, he
looking at
he knocked it
looking
out
at
of
it
the park.
now. I'll bring it up too so we can see it because I got a picture
Yeah,
of it
please
here.
do.
But the fucking just pinstriping on a chopper looks so good. After like Fish did his too,
Yep.
and like look at this, dude. It's just so simple. I love it so much.
So he
Yep.
put on the Harley Davidson #1 on the tank to kind of look like chrome too. Like
That's
he
so
painted
sick.
he painted that in, and
Oh, dude, I thought that was chrome. That's fucking nuts.
so he had like the tank hanging from his ceiling, and he's like pinstriping it vertically, and
Damn.
he's nuts, man.
Yeah, he's got my oil tank right now, so I'm stoked to see what he's coming up with. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Good stuff.
Yeah, dude, that thing's sick. Was the idea for that one to sell it? Was that like a build that you made to sell, or did you just get an offer you couldn't refuse?
Not really. I just needed money, and it sucked. I'm like, man, I just got this bike done, and now I gotta sell it. But I saw it was at Bisbee Prowl. I saw it in a YouTube video, so that was cool to see that he
Oh,
wrote
fuck
into
yeah.
that and stuff.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but just started with a Paco frame and made the fins out of steel and a lot of Bondo work and sanding and
The thing I like most about that bike is that thing encompasses my two favorite styles of chopper, really. I like the tough Wisco, like you know what I mean? The mean looking shit. And I like the really psychedelic 60s long, crazy, loopy,
yeah.
psychedelic stuff. So you mix those two in that bike so perfectly, man. I love that thing.
Thank you. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really fun bike.
How was it
Um,
to ride?
it wasn't bad. I mean, the
Yeah.
apes are pretty high. You're like riding like
And you're pretty tall, right?
yeah, like 6'1", probably
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'd be
six
stretched out
one,
like
two
a
hundred
freaking
fifty pounds. If anybody knows,
10-foot tall and
I was gonna
bulletproof.
say I'm gonna need to fact check that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude,
I love
talking
that
about
bike.
wild bars on this on two Christmases here. Where did you get these bars?
I made those.
Hell yeah.
Just put them in my
I don't even know what
bandsaw.
to call them. I guess they're like six bends, but they're fucking.
Yeah, I don't. They're like rabbit ear, six bend. I don't T-bar kind of looking
They're
things.
fucking definitely unique. But they
For
look like they
sure.
would actually be super comfortable to ride. Like great pullback.
Well, we're gonna see here soon. I should have this
No shit.
bike on the road.
What do you got on
Hopefully
the
by
What do you
soon.
got on the carb? Are you calling that thing a velocity stack?
Yes. Yeah.
Sick.
So that had little stacks in it. That Weber carb,
You got
and
a Weber? I was going to ask you what carb that is too.
yeah,
It
it's a
went with a
40.
Weber.
Yeah, Weber 40.
Fucking A, dude.
Which I never ran a Weber before. So we're gonna see how this goes. But it had little stacks in it, and they were broke, so I made my own like velocity stack thing. I cut the end of a Mack truck horn off and
Sick.
riveted that on. So that's that like flared piece at the end.
Dude, that's
Hell
catching
yeah.
all the wind, bro.
And I had to braze it because I used like part of the old stack. And I never did like brazing before, so that was a learning experience there. But
I
How
love
did
it.
you
Is there a screen or
did you
anything
do
on the
like a
inside?
torch?
a
Like with
screen,
a
yeah, it
torch?
has a screen in it.
Okay, cool.
Is it like a torch that brazing, or did you do TIG brazing?
I did it with the TIG.
I TIG.
Um, I should try it with a torch sometime, but
I
um,
tried brazing with a TIG. It's fucking weird. It's so much different than welding, you know?
right. And I had like really thin wire too. It just it probably wasn't the best setup, but I made it work.
That's wild, dude.
So it's
I
it's
love it.
real on there.
It looks really cool. I love the tassels too. I'm getting real horny on tassels lately. I don't
like
know what
tassels,
it is.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
shout out Moonrider for doing the seat and the tassels.
Hell yeah.
She
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome, dude.
She kills it. She makes some really nice stuff.
Yeah, so and she's quick, fairly priced, uses good materials. She did the seat on Loose Goose. She did Reverse Evolution, the Orange Evo seat, and then now she did this seat.
Oh no shit.
Uh,
Where's she out of?
Kansas City. Yeah.
No
So then
shit.
she made the tassels too. Shipped everything to me. She had the seat in like a nice bag she made and stuff. Like she went over the top.
That's awesome.
We should talk to her. She did Ronnie's seat too on his.
Yeah, I
on
was
his-
just gonna say, yep, she did
And
our
that
buddy
thing's
Ronnie,
wild.
too.
Yeah.
Yep. Unbelievable work for sure.
Yeah, she'll do like bar stools, bench seats, couches.
Oh yeah, she does everything. She's like,
That's awesome.
I've seen her work. Yeah.
Looks like she's got a nice shop. Like she's got a decent setup to do all that.
Yeah,
What
make
size
me
front
see.
wheel is that on Two Christmases?
16.
It is. Hell yeah.
I was
like
gonna say
that.
16. Yeah.
Dual
Yeah.
And
sixteens.
what's up with the front end? What is that?
So that's a rigid that I made. I'm gonna start selling them
Oh, you
soon.
made it.
Yeah.
Sick.
So I'm gonna start selling them front ends. Super narrow, made with DOM steel tubes, steel trees, and 1 inch stem. But it keeps your standard Harley riser spacings too
Awesome.
to run,
So-
different bars. But
Is this like how long you been making front ends like that?
I built this. Well, I built this front end, the this rigid girder. I used Marion Metalworks trees and built a front end one time using those. So they're on my Suzuki, and then this is the first time making like my own version of a rigid front end, like that style, with
I love
when
it.
it's
How
just
long
two
is that?
tubes.
From like the top, from the stem to the axle.
5 foot.
Jesus.
Yeah, 5 foot.
That's
Whoa,
awesome.
buddy,
Wild.
dude. Yeah, I'm
The
gonna
long
have to.
60
I'm
bar
gonna have to
Frank
post
is a
some
good
of
look,
these.
too.
Yeah, I gotta post these pictures because people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" You can't. You have to look at it to know what the fuck we're talking about.
There's so much to take in. I'm just sitting here staring at
Yeah.
these pictures.
Dude, the
There's so
tassels
much.
too. I love how long they are.
I gotta trim them down.
Yeah, you gotta trim them so they don't get stuck in the rear wheel. You know.
Did
But,
you
dude, there's
do
so
all
much
the
going on.
Clay? Did you do all the spun leaf on it too?
That's a sticker.
Oh, is
So
it the
I
vinyl
bought-
decal stuff?
Yeah, so I bought a vinyl decal on eBay and had my
Yep.
buddy Mike cut that out. He has a graphics company, so he had like a machine and cut strips. I think I did 1/4 inch wide strips
That's
and
awesome.
just stuck it directly on the candy coat and then clear coated over all that.
Nice. How was that getting those things straight on the legs and stuff?
Not bad.
Really?
Not bad at all. It laid on really
No.
nice.
That's awesome, man. Good.
And I
I've
got
had some
I got
really good
lucky.
experiences and some really bad experiences with vinyl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just
I
getting
thought
it
it
to
would.
line up and surfaces and stuff. Yeah, I'm not
I was
very good at
expecting
that
it
stuff.
to be like pinstripe tape that kind of just like moves a bunch,
Yeah,
but it stayed like pretty even the whole way down and never really turned or buckled.
that's awesome. I really like that. That's a great idea because doing actual engine turned leaf is the least fun thing you can do ever.
Well, I
This
just
Oh,
thought
thing's
about like
tedious.
guys in the 70s would put a sticker on their gas tank and clear coat over it and stuff.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. No, I love that, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I love I gotta say, I'm just gonna call it out here. I love all the uh the DIY aspect of this chopper coming from a world famous bike builder such as yourself. I mean, certainly after winning Biltwell's People's Champion, you must have sponsors knocking down your door, right?
Nope.
That's crazy to me.
I get recognized. I think it's my hair though. They just recognize my hair.
Definitely. It's definitely the look.
It's either, is that Clay from People's Champ or
Yeah.
D. Snyder?
See, me and Jean Luc, people get us confused. They're like, oh, hey, Jean Luc, and I go, I don't. I'm Rhino. Jean Luc is my twin brother,
Yeah.
and
You know what's
I
fun is that I've been multiple places with Connor in San Diego, and people are like, "You guys brothers?" And I'm like, I don't feel like we look like at all. Like I could
You
see
and
us,
Connor?
yeah, Wigwam Motors. I could see us
Nah.
being like, "Oh, you guys are related," but Connor, like multiple times, I'm like, Are you, "What? Wild,
I don't see it.
yeah, wild."
he doesn't even have a beard. Wait,
Oh,
he does have no. He has a goatee or some shit, doesn't he?
got a little peach fuzz on his face, some little,
Yeah, he tries to grow it, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We see you, Connor.
Yeah, he's riding down under right now,
Yeah, he is.
man.
Where is he?
Australia.
He's doing the Australian cannonball. I actually talked to him the night before he left, and I think we should get him on when he gets back and
Oh, no shit.
tell that story because that's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
looks
He
wild.
was just giving me shit like usual.
Yeah, he's good for that.
He didn't even throw a mate on the end. Your show sucks, mate.
Jean Luc, how's the build coming?
Oh, it's coming, boys. It's coming.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is last episode when I was on, I didn't tear the motor down, and I tore it down the same night, and now the motor is back together.
Ooh.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
I did pretty much a whole top end, and then fixed a bunch of shit, replaced a bunch of studs, and just learned a lot. It's great. I learned
That's awesome.
S&S doesn't make tools for their hardware, so you have to make your own tools for the hardware. So that's cool. I do like S&S. Their support is fucking amazing. I know you guys don't like calling, but dude, I will say they always pick up or they call you. I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The motor's pretty much done. I got to do a little bit more. Give you a sneak peek. I got to do a couple little odds and ends. So I blued everything. So everything is blued, like a gun bluing.
I love that.
I was gonna add, it looked black, but that's the rockers and shit are all blued.
Yeah, everything's blued.
Did you use the liquid blue?
Yup. Yeah, right here.
Ooh.
So that was
No kidding.
but it came out really cool. I did my carburetor a while ago, and I liked it. And then I was like, "Fuck it, we're doing it." So,
Dude, I
that-
really like
That
that.
looks cool, especially with that yellow accent and shit.
Yeah. That reminds me real quick, Clay, I wanted to ask you, the exhaust on the Evo, is that blued or parkerized? How'd you do that?
It was is it a ceramic coat? What do they
Oh,
call it?
okay.
It's
The high
Cerakote.
heat Cerakote.
Gotcha.
That's what
I
that
like
was.
that too. All right, cool. Yeah, I was wondering. Sorry, John Luke, I didn't mean to hijack your story.
You're good. No, we got, dude. A little stressed out, but that's cool because we're still fucking rocking and rolling. Got my tire all fucking mounted and all ready, so that's good.
Oh,
Don't worry about that. But I figured out. So these guys, right here, didn't want to come out. Clay and I beat the shit out of this thing, trying to get the original ones out, which were like probably a foot long, and they were a pain in the ass. So I'm making triple trees, or at least a top riser. Sorry, a top riser for it right now, which I don't know where we've already put
okay.
Yeah, because they were like monster risers, and I didn't want them because I wanted to use the bars I had on my bike before. So I just spent a little bit of time at work because we got a mill at work, and just started making some stuff. So I'm gonna hopefully finish that tonight. Just weld up some of those parts, so that'll be squared away. It's been a process of like fixing and learning what fuck ups and how people fucked around, and I found out. So it's fun. It's been fun, you know.
Talk about that front end in general, like what brand it is and stuff, because people are gonna want to hear about that.
That's a 16 over Denver's made by Undo. So
No way.
I talked about it last time. I could be wrong, but when I was at Clay's, when we were working on his motor and just doing some stuff, I wanted to help taking a look at the front end, and it's a little bowed, but that's okay because everyone likes doing. So I'm assuming that's how that got bowed. And we're trying to take those risers out, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like, are they threaded in? Are they like what's holding these things in there? Come to find out, it's a little like quarter 20 bolt that just threads in the back of a 1 inch, a little bit 1 inch tube, like ID, and it just holds the fucking clamp in. It just holds the tubing in. There's no dimple. There's no nothing. So Mondo was making these, I guess, starting out 70s or whatever. Clay's like, why don't we call him? See how we can get this out? Because I'm fucking losing my mind. How do I get this shit apart? I don't know. I've never seen it. So we're like, all right, it's Sunday. We gave him a call. He fucking answers. Picks up the phone and he's like, hey, what's going on? We're like, this thing's stuck. How the fuck do we get it? He's like, oh yeah, they get rusted in place. You just gotta like heat it up and beat it. I'm like, that's it? Like that's how you fucking made these things? You just let water and like shit get in there and they just lock it in place forever? Like, holy fuck.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't beat it.
I'm like, that's how you made that. There's no locking feature basically. It just rests against that and that's it. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah, the rust.
Wow.
They didn't come out though.
No. So
Oh, you couldn't get them out.
No, he did. Right?
I got him out of pain, but I literally beat the shit out of him with like a brass hammer for about an hour.
Damn.
Oh, fucking hey, dude.
Work. I couldn't get him to heat come out. I just beat the shit out of them. Eventually, they started coming out. So I just had to hone it. I couldn't even get the tubing I made to fit in there, so I re-honed it. So everything's good now. But what a
holy shit!
Yeah, again,
that's crazy.
It should be like a hot swap, and it's been the like most drawn out process possible. So motors.
Story of my life.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I'm always in a rush.
Yeah, it's always a rush. I don't know why I'm rushed because I have no reason to rush, but it's always a fucking rush. I just finished this Evo more or less, and now I have this panhead sitting here, and I wanted the panhead to be done at the same time. I'd like it to be done for our show, which when this comes out is next week.
Yeah.
But there's no fucking way, man. There's no way. I can't afford. I'm at the point now. I just did this with the Evo, so that drained my account. I'm at the point now where it's like I need the little goofy things that I can't make. I need a brake line, and I need the brake switch and all that goofy shit, and foot pegs and whatever. So I don't know. It's kind of at this point. I'm hoping it's done for Party at the Pen. We'll see, but
OnlyFans recoup some of that money,
dude. I'm gonna sell the scythe.
You're
or
a handsome
something.
boy.
You
could get us some money. We have an OnlyFans already. You just got to go throw up some foot pics, some solo shit,
link.
dude.
You don't want to see. Nobody wants to see my feet. I can promise you that.
Links in the description. After this, click the link.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a link in the description. Dan, do some solo stuff tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Send me the vids. I promise I won't even look at them. I'll just put them on Only.
It's, it's to support choppers, dude. Just do it. All right.
Yeah. One guy, one coil. It's just me sitting on a 4-ohm coil. How far can I get this in my ass?
You know what? Someone's gonna be into it, and that's gonna be your sugar daddy. It's okay. I won't judge you. All right.
Dude, money's money nowadays.
Bro, I wish I could hop on that OnlyFans shit.
Oh, there's some bear fetish people out there, bro.
Yeah, just say you're me. That's fine. Just say you're me, and we'll just, you don't even have to ruin your reputation. You just tell them you're me. It's fine. Just throw me.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just turn
the
my hat
tattoos
down.
won't the tattoos won't give it away.
Just wear long sleeve shirts. It's fine.
Oh, if only, dude. If only.
Yeah. Well, in my next life.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm glad that shit wasn't around when I was younger because I would definitely. I was hot when I was young. I definitely would have gotten on OnlyFans.
Dude, do you remember what is anyone up?
Yeah, I do. Oh my god.
So more.
That was so fucking scummy. Oh man.
What a wild time.
Dude, that's great. I haven't thought about that in fucking 15, 20 years, probably.
Wild. Sorry,
Yep.
you're a little too young, buddy.
That's okay. I'm still looking at magazines, I guess.
There you go.
Not
We
putting them on
weathered the worst of
choppers.
the internet for you guys, so it's much better now.
Yeah, that's that's it.
We looked at everything on rotten.com, so you don't have to.
Yeah, we just talked about some of that shit last week at the Lost Spot of Chopper show. efuck.com and eBombs World and all that shit came up.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All those old chestnuts.
Oh,
Links in the description.
If they still exist, I can't imagine that some of that shit's still out there.
yeah, that's wild. How was that show?
It was awesome, man. It was really cool. Yep, it was good. The weather held out until the very, very last second. Like we were loading out and then it opened up. So people got caught on the way out. But other than that, the weather for the event was sweet.
Right.
Good music,
It was
good
sunny until
turnout.
like 5 o'clock, and as
It
soon
was
as
hot. Like
it's
it
yeah,
it
I
was
got a
nice.
sunburn, dude.
Yeah,
It was nice. And then
was
as
really
soon
cool.
as everybody had to go load up their bikes or ride home, it fucking the clouds were ripe with rain babies. It opened up and it was torrential downpour.
yeah, yeah. It was wild. The ride home. We were in the truck and I couldn't hardly see 10 feet in front of me. It was so the people who got caught in that. Everybody that I know got home safe, but
Yeah.
that was some hairy riding for sure.
Oh yeah, yep. But
And now
yeah,
the Evo's covered in fucking rust. Every fucking little piece of hardware.
I was gonna
that I
ask you
didn't-
about
oh
that.
my
Yeah,
god,
that's all it
dude.
takes.
I have so much fucking work to do to clean this thing up now.
It's just self painting. It's fine.
Honestly, I mean, I did the crackle on it and everything, so it's like I should just let it do its thing.
Yeah,
So
let it
I
crisp
probably
up,
will end
yeah.
up doing that. I started the night before the show. I got some quadruple aught steel wool out, and I was going through and doing the spokes on the front wheel, and I think I did 6 spokes and was like, "Fuck this, dude! I am over it." Getting the nipples in at the hub and like, I was like, "Nope, I don't have the time or the patience for this. No fucking way."
Gotta use juke.
I did a whole front end with that one time.
Oh God!
And it came out nice. I mean,
that's
4-aught
a work
steel wool,
magic. It's
WD-40.
crazy. Yeah, it works the balls. I've used the chemical guy, or no, maybe it isn't chemical guys. I don't know. I used one. It was it's acid, and that stuff works great. But as soon as you put that on the steel wool starts to eat away and heat up, and like you get chemical burns and shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
Ask me how I know. So
I use fucking Diet Coke or some shit. They say steel wool and Coke. What a goddamn mess that was. I'm like, I don't think this is working any better than just fucking doing it dry, dude. I think that's like a prank you play on people.
Yeah.
Well, you use Diet. I think it was regular Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, dude. It was just fucking sticky as fuck. I'm like, dude, now I gotta clean this all up.
Yeah. Gross. Yeah, that steel wool, the 4-aught shit is unreal how well that works.
Yeah.
I always have a fresh pack in my garage. Like whenever I'm at the fucking hardware store, I just pick it up because I work on old, crusty, rusty shit.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, fuck the goat. I can't stand working on stuff that's like once I put it back in, if it has any rust on it, I can't stand it. I have like OCD about that shit. If I
Yeah,
take
it's
a
gonna
bolt
bug
out
me.
and it's rusty, dude, I go and clean it up and polish it and all that shit, put it back in.
Yeah, it's gonna bug me for sure. But
Well, I was looking for rusty, crusty stuff for this build.
mm,
2 Christmases because I'm trying to do like a patina old looking chopper, like it was pulled out of a barn. So I'm at the swap meet, looking for rusty stuff that's still functional, but it is an art to build that. Like this is my first time really doing it, doing like a patina build, and some guys really got it down. They collect, what they like, and
yeah, how is that process? I've never done that either. The real deal, like the guys that are doing that are finding shit that is basically the OEM equivalent, but rusted and whatever
Vintage
else. That
hardware.
that really that can't be a quick process. How long have you been working on that?
well, I didn't like look for hardware really, like crusty
Okay.
hardware, but like as far as parts, it was just all swap meets and stuff that I had or stuff that I just made. Um, how long? Maybe 6 months I've been
Oh
working on
wow.
that. Maybe
Okay.
maybe less.
No
Um,
kidding.
but I need to research this paint thing a little more and try to really get a patina paint. Like I think it's all about chemicals, right? What chemicals you're using to get it to crack.
Message me.
He has
I'm
a
not about that.
secret.
I'm not about that gatekeeping shit.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
don't keep
If you,
Dan's the right.
huh? Yeah, it's not something that I'm just gonna like go throw out there for everybody to know. It took me a long time to figure it out, but I'm not about that gatekeep shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
100%. If you want to know, I'll tell you everything that I know, and I'm certainly not a relicing master. I've only gotten it to do it correctly once. So, but I'll tell you everything that I know. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
mind.
I'll definitely
It's
take
for
you up on
real.
that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I did a patina paint job on my one of my Sportsters one time, and I did the it was like vinegar and hydrogen peroxide and shit, and like rusts instantly.
Mm-hmm.
But then I tried to paint over it and make it all patina and shit, and dude, within a year that I would be riding down the road, and the paint lifted up and like pieces of paint are flying off and shit, but not in a cool way, not like little chips, dude. Like the entire top was just like. I was like, "Oh,
But
paint job's
that
gone."
until that happened, that was such a fucking cool paint job. Where
It was good.
you
It
had
did look really great.
your wife had painted the rhino image on there, right?
Yeah,
Dude, that was such a cool paint job. I love that.
Which bike was
I still
that?
have the tank. Yeah,
That was that was the Sportster before we did the dick tip flames, right?
yeah,
Rhino? Yeah, okay.
yep,
Okay.
yeah. So don't really rust it. You want to mimic rust, right?
Yeah,
And
that kind of
mimic
stuff is
cracks.
for like if you're trying to make your accessories and parts and shit look rusty. Don't do that to your tank before you put paint on it.
Yeah, it was a fucking mess too, dude. Because the shit bubbles up and then it just drips all over the floor, and I had like brown stains all over my concrete and shit. But
Yeah, that stuff works. I know Brand Quality Handmade has messed with doing stuff like that with the instant rust stuff.
dude, it's
It's
insane.
a
It's
really
it's
cool effect.
literally instant. As soon as it touches it, it just it's oxidated or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like even when I was bluing my motor, and like that's what it does. It's a chemical reaction. You can watch it like just bubble up, and it's just it's like a weird process. You kind of have to catch it. I think everything
Man.
gets this trial and error. You really gotta like because I've blued guns before, and it is to get the color, the depth you want. You kind of have to mess around with everything. So it's all
What is that process, anyways? Is it just brush it on in different quantities, or do you? I've never blued anything before.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you clean it up. You can use steel wool or Scotch Brite. You get it bright. You make sure it's clean. Because if you don't clean it 100%, it'll show, and you'll get different areas. And sometimes that looks cool, but sometimes it almost makes it black. Like it turns it into like a brown, looks almost like rust, but it's not. It doesn't look cool. It just fucks it up.
Mm.
But yeah, basically you just put it on with a rag or like cotton pads or whatever, and just layer it on, like, and then you wipe it. It pretty much, they say cold water. Cold water stops the process. So you,
Oh.
and then you stop it, and then you just layer it. You keep doing it.
Hmm.
After a while, you can kind of go the opposite way. So you have to know when to stop, because this took me a fucking long time because I kept fucking up, or I didn't like it. I'm too. That's why I can't paint. Like, I'd be too much like all about like the littlest fucking things, and it'd drive me nuts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like that stuff just makes me goes fucking bonkers. So
So when you do the bluing, if you do it and it's splotchy or whatever, you don't get a good coating, you can obviously remove it. So you just Scotch Brite it off?
yep, yeah, you
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, you can. It stays on pretty good, but you can take it off. You can remove it.
Okay. I figured it was like this is a chemical thing. If you want to get rid of it, you have to take like a grinder to it.
No, I mean, you're scrubbing it. It does get under pretty well, and like if you're doing steel, steel gets even probably a little bit deeper. It's harder to remove.
Right.
And even when you do kind of get under there, there is some black because it penetrates the pores. That's basically, it just etches itself in.
Right.
But it's an interesting process because it's not like paint where it's all one flavor. You're gonna get kind of
Mhm.
like the oil slick almost. Like, you get different colors throughout. It's all different shades of blue, but you know, and it's kind of a neat process.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then
Do
you
you have to oil it
yep,
afterward to keep it? Yeah. Okay.
yep, yeah, you oil it after. Again, it's aluminum, so it'll oxidize, but it doesn't rust. But it
Right.
oil kind of seals everything in and keeps it from doing anything funky. So.
What kind of oil do you use? Like on the rockers, what would you use there? You just use regular motor oil?
I use CLP, honestly, like a gun lubricant.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Yeah, I know you know what CLP is, but it's just gun lubricant, or you can use pretty much any kind of lubricating oil of that nature.
Sure. Yeah. Don't just go dip your shit in motor oil.
Yeah, I don't.
The oil.
I mean, oil is there's different types of oil. I don't know what motor oil would necessarily do to it. I'm sure it would put a nice slick coat on it, but you want
For
something
sure.
a little bit more designed for that. So.
Yeah. I really like that look, man. I'm for sure gonna start messing with that. Instead of rattle canning things black, I'd much rather do that. It looks cooler.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's time consuming, but it definitely is something different. And I've never seen it before. I've never seen people do it. I think it's cool. Definitely mess around with it. It's something different. And when
Sure.
like makes it up to your show, you can look at it.
Oh, I will.
He's locked in, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. We weren't so sure a couple weeks ago, but he
uh,
just locked himself in.
yeah,
I wanted to ask how well it was going, but I wasn't going to ask how likely you think it's gonna be up at the show. So that's good to hear.
I'm pretty optimistic about it. I have a lot of work. I've been putting a fucking ton of time in the garage on this.
Oh yeah.
Between and work sometimes gets slow, and right now it's busy as fuck. And I'm like,
Of
wow.
course.
So it's like I try to take off if I can, if I have like some time I can or whatever, and it just hasn't happened. So it's been crazy, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. I got 2 weekends left. Week in between, whatever. So 2 weeks in between,
Yep.
whatever. We'll figure it out.
Be
We'll get
1
it
week
done.
when this comes
We'll
out.
get it done Saturday morning, bro.
Yeah,
Bring it over.
I will
We'll
say
bang it out.
the big things that I was worried about, like putting the motor back together, because there were just a bunch of stupid little things. Like, I bought a nice James gasket kit, make wonderful gaskets. Well, I'm done. Wasn't thinking. I got excited. I have a fucking stroker motor. They don't take James gaskets because they're not stuck.
Mm.
So I had to go and buy,
Oh shit.
the dumb shit. I thought
Yep.
it didn't fit because the jugs need a specific type of hardware because of the clearances. So learning curves, or growing pains rather.
For sure. Yeah. The buying stuff twice, man. God, that kills me.
No, definitely.
That's ruining me.
Oh, for sure. But I feel the big things that I was like concerned about, like the Springer, just trying to get all that shit unstuck and figured out, like that was a big just weighing. I didn't think it was going to be crazy difficult, but just adding to the frustration because you don't know how far down the rabbit hole you're going to go with it,
For sure.
So,
For sure.
and I didn't know what like everything was going to look like when I opened that up, and everything looked good. So it was just replacing seals and making sure everything was lubed up, and so
Good stuff.
yeah. I don't know. Optimistic. We'll leave it at that. Optimistic.
Good man.
He's locked in, ladies and gentlemen. 100% he'll be in the showroom. And if he's not,
I know.
then we're going to put some of the LCP chopper sauce in his eyes. We'll hold him down.
I think you should just build it at the show.
Ooh.
Finish it there.
Yeah, I like that. And then
We got some Harley mechanics help you out.
Yeah, and if they don't like
I
it,
like
throw
that.
like vegetables and shit at me.
I like that.
Hey, you
That'd be
might get
cool.
some free parts out of it too. Who knows?
I might lose some parts out of it too.
Yeah.
There goes that.
I don't know if Harley holds anything anymore that you would need for that bike.
I would say the only thing possibly is motor oil if there's enough people that
Right.
That's the only thing I've heard that they carry. If
Maybe a spark plug or two
Yeah, right.
buried in the back.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, they blow the dust off it.
Got NOS stuff here for you.
Yeah, man, that whole deal sucks. That Harley doesn't have anything, even like for bikes 15 years old.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything pre-EFI, they're like, yeah, you're on your own.
Yeah. That's a rough business model for a corporation like that. But
yeah.
Well, how much would it? It's like, would it hurt you to keep a couple of extra gasket sets, spark plugs, and shit? Like, people still want to keep these things on the road. That means something, right?
yeah, I mean, it should be up to the discretion of like the dealership whether or not they can like want to or parts like that. That would be great because then you could draw people. If you had stuff people could look at, transmission components or whatever, just if they could go and check it out, it'd be fucking great. Brand so much more.
The answer nowadays is just pull out the big drag specialties book and we'll get it ordered for you. They can still access that stuff. And I will say, lucky enough to have some friends that have worked over there, and Joel used to be the parts guy over there. So I had a direct text message line to their parts department. And they did have, when I was building the Scythe, it was just an 89 Sportster, but it was a 4-speed and whatever. Those parts are kind of hard to come by. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think I got a clutch basket and they had it in stock in the back room. The paper was still like all the Cosmoline and shit was still on it. So that was pretty cool. So you might get lucky, but as far as their stock shit, it's just the drag specialties book now for anything like that.
When you're working on your car and you need something and you go to O'Reilly's, and those places aren't like the size of Walmart, but they always have whatever you need. You're like, oh yeah, I need a fucking, caliper bracket for a 2007 Subaru Forester. And they're like, yep, we got it. We have it here somehow.
Yeah.
Like they must have one of those like cartoon black hole things they just slap on the wall, reach in and get. I'm like, you have that? Where are you keeping all these fucking parts, dude?
Well,
it would be awesome if Harley was like that and they just had parts for every motorcycle you could ever want. Shout out O'Reilly's, newest sponsor of the show.
O'Reilly's is nuts, actually. Right over by me in Manchester. I found this out last year with Chopper Fisher. They have like their supply warehouse down over here off Brown Ave. It's fucking huge, dude. Oh, no, it's 4 Walmarts. It's massive.
Okay, so that's true too, because sometimes you go in there and they're like, yeah, we don't have that, but I can get that for you by 10 a.m. And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Massive warehouse.
2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a
not
fucking
so much
$15 part or something. I'm like, you guys are going to get that to me? Like, I don't even need it that quick. Next day is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but they ask you 20 questions before you buy anything, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm lucky. The one by me, all super old retired dudes that actually like know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, they give a shit.
And then one teenage girl. So she's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "I know more than you do." I'm like, I'll wait for one of the guys that doesn't button his O'Reilly shirt up all the way and is wearing a gold chain.
Smells like
Yeah.
scotch.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll look at the guy. Yeah. The guy that has a pack of Pall Malls unfiltered in his O'Reilly shirt. I'll wait for him.
Yeah, those are all the guys. Those are your people. They're all drinking fucking brandy.
You
Oh,
still on
dude,
that
yeah.
kick?
When you come up, it's a, I think it's my thing now. It's not even a kick. It's
Really?
like just my thing.
Yeah.
It's so good. And when you come up, well, I'm getting a couple of bottles, and we're gonna we're gonna have a taste, and it's just so fucking good. People are slipping, dude. So, well, here's the thing: is everybody's like, yeah, brandy. I've had brandy. It's gross. You had E&J, dude. You had the $10 bottom shelf bottle of E&J. You didn't even get the XO. But this shit is made with love right here in New Hampshire from New Hampshire grown apples. It's
Wild.
boutique shit.
I'm down to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Looking
Yeah.
forward. Yeah. I'm going to age about 60 years, but it's all right. I'm ready for it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
So Clay, what else you got scheduled for the summer? I know you said you're building this thing for the show circuit or whatever. So what
Yeah,
else you got planned?
so we're doing OCC show first, and then I really don't know. I mean, it sucks. Fuel Cleveland is canceled this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a favorite of mine. Definitely going to Glory Days though. That's another favorite. That's a great show.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'll just have to kind of see what's popping up and see what I can make it to.
There's if you're not going to Fuel Cleveland, there's another show that's right on par with Fuel Cleveland. It's called the Reviver Show. It's put on by me and Dan. May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. You should ride up with Jean-Luc.
I should do that.
Bring all your
That'd be
bikes.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're formally invited. I understand it's next weekend when this
Yeah,
airs.
right.
But
Clay, don't disappoint the boys.
Oh,
Pressure's
we'd love to
No
have
pressure. We definitely would. We'll
you.
we'll
I'll
take
bring
care
a
of you.
bottle of Malort just for you. We'll have it imported from
man.
Chicago,
Yeah.
courtesy of our new
that's
Pope.
tempting.
Shot of Malort, chaser, or brandy. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Boy, that's the rhino stuff.
Oh, and
right there.
I also got to build a bike for Born Free Texas.
Oh shit.
I didn't even like talk about that online yet. So
Damn.
I got invited to Born Free Texas, and building a Suzuki RE5 rotary engine chopper is my
Oh,
build.
no way.
So it's a single rotor, and I built the hardtail. I used a Sportster hardtail, and then did the rest. Like built the rest of the frame off of that. The Marion trees for the rigid front end, so I'm leaving that front end on there. It's kind of like a digger style chopper.
Hell yeah. The
Is it
rotary
like-
engine thing, I'm super interested in
fucking
seeing how that
wild, yeah,
goes out.
dude.
That's nuts.
I don't know of any in the States. I know like over in Australia and stuff, there were a couple choppers, but nothing like a 70s chopper. It was all like 2000s
Okay.
style. So I like different stuff, just weird shit.
Hell yeah.
Like I'll give it a shot. I have it still. My RX-7 was my first car. That's a rotary engine. I've had a few of them. My dad had a few. So it kind of takes me back to that.
FD or FC?
It was a FB first gen.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dude. That's
So
killer.
I have that. Dad used to he used to do autocross with RX-7s. He had a first gen,
Okay.
2 second gens.
That's
And
badass.
then he has a rotary Datsun Roadster right now.
Nice. That's all cool shit, man. I love it.
So
I'm really excited to see
I
that
of
one.
course know what a rotary motor is because I'm a total gearhead. But for all our dumbass listeners that don't know, what is a rotary engine?
It's a triangle that spins. You have no piston. So you have, your rotor, which is this triangle shape, and it has apex seals on each end to seal it, kind of like piston rings. Spins around inside of what they call the iron, which is like the housing for it. lets in air fuel and releases the exhaust and creates that combustion, spinning it. Um, your crankshaft is called an eccentric shaft. But this, yeah, I mean, you can usually stack them if you have a long enough eccentric shaft, like your crankshaft. Um, I mean, mine's a single rotor. Cars, were two rotors, three rotor, four rotor. Um, so you can kind of like stack them like Legos and go from there. But yeah, very different than a typical piston engine.
Wow.
Yeah,
I already
they're
knew
they're
that, but
really really
some
cool.
of our listeners didn't know that. So thanks for the
They
explanation.
sound really really cool. The Mazda 3 and 4 rotors back in the day are some of the coolest sounding engines in history. They really, you don't see them a whole lot. I think the
Yeah, like
RX-8 was the last.
why you said they're like overseas more?
Well,
Australia, New
Yeah.
Zealand, and
What's the difference? Like why are they more prevalent elsewhere?
I'm not really sure. I mean, they like them in Puerto Rico too.
I think they're
the
more.
reason the reason we don't see them anymore is emissions because they burn oil inherently in the design of the Wankel engine. They burn. You're getting burnt oil out of your exhaust, so they're terrible for emissions.
Yeah, and
So that's
and
the
people
main reason.
forgot to pre-mix too. So I
Right.
pre-mix mine like a two-stroke, put oil in the fuel, and oil pumps would fail on these cars and bikes, and then they just lock up. But that I did a test on my exhaust on my car. It was 1800 degrees at the header.
Holy
So
shit.
they throw flames. They sound good. You can rev
Fahrenheit.
them to
Holy
like
shit.
10, 12,000 RPM.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
the
they're
fuck?
really cool.
Really unique.
So have you heard the motor that you're putting in that bike? You've heard it run already, I
Yeah,
assume?
I did. I had it running. It's kick and electric start, and I cannot kick this fucking bike over, dude. It has that much
Really?
compression. I
No
had my
shit.
buddies standing on the kicker pedal. They can't fucking hardly get it to rotate.
Wow.
So I'm glad it has electric start because I'd be kind of screwed, but
You have to
it
do
just has
like
a lot
a
of compression.
do you have to do like an all balls starter type deal, like a beefy starter, or is it just the stock
It's
starter?
stock starter.
No
Yeah.
kidding. That's killer, man. That's really cool. I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah, it's really different. It's still chain drive. It's not
Okay.
shaft drive.
Cool.
Um, but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird looking engine.
That's awesome.
Dude,
I
that's
had an
so cool.
SU carb on it when I got it, and like a homemade intake. But then the exhaust comes straight out of the front of the engine. It doesn't come out the side or anything like a Harley kind of does.
Huh.
But yeah, it's at the bottom center.
No kidding.
Yeah, with its own
Wow.
like manifold. It's strange, but
I can't wait
That's
to see
wild.
that, man. That's awesome.
You're building that for Born Free Texas. When is that?
that's in October.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure the exact dates yet, but
Yeah.
yeah. So now I got to jump onto that after this Ironhead.
Keep
Yeah,
him busy, huh?
I'm fucking busy, dude, and I'm stressed.
Damn. Yikes.
Busy and stressed. I got cars I got to work on. A lot. I'm balancing a full-time job on top of all of it. This is like on the side.
No shit. What do you do full time?
I'm a welder.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of welding you do?
I'm like processes.
Okay.
Is that what you were asking?
Like yeah, like what do you do? What are you welding at work? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I'm welding big tanks, propane tanks, large fuel
Oh, okay.
tanks for airports. Um,
Okay.
it's all MIG, TIG, stick, sub-arc, uh, a lot of torch cutting and whatnot, a lot of fabrication.
That's cool. The sub arc thing's wild. I've never seen that in person.
Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to get used to because this is a handheld sub-arc. So all
Oh wow.
your flux dumps out of it, and it's just, like your gun. You just kind of hold it, and then we'll spin the tank on the rolls and just kind of hold that in place.
No
Sub
kidding. I've
arc.
never seen that.
Yeah,
I mean,
submerged.
I know what I know what it means because I'm smart. But for our fucking dumbass listeners, could you please explain what sub-arc is?
Submerged arc welding is it's underneath a flux. So like your stick welding rod is coated in flux. This is like a sand, grainy type material. That's the flux. So it covers your weld and protects it while it's extremely hot and you're welding. So it'll hold your weld in place, and then it'll just chip off then the slag.
You've surely
But
seen videos or something of it on Instagram, Rhino. You usually see it's usually like super industrial process, and then they're doing like some crazy pipe bevels or something, and it literally looks like the nozzle of the welder is being run through like grainy sand, like gunpowder almost looking shit, and then you don't really see much of like there's no sparks or anything crazy, and then afterwards the shit curls up just like it would the slag would on like a stick weld. It's pretty wild shit.
yeah, you don't need a hood to run it. Like you just your bare eyes. It doesn't flash. It just you'll see like a flame come out of it, and that's all the gas escaping. But it's not like something you'd use to like weld a chopper. Like this is like big shit, you know.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
But
cool.
it's strong, really strong.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Damn, dude. Yeah, that's a lot of work to do in one summer, and also try and like actually enjoy your motorcycles at the same time. You know what I
I
mean?
know, man. It's
That's brutal.
just building and building and fabricating and
Ugh.
all day, every day.
Where do you work out of like when you're building this stuff? Do you have a it looks like you have like an airplane hangar almost.
Yeah,
It's like
Kwanzaa hut.
is it?
Sick.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
shit.
That's
that's what I'm working
awesome.
out of. Non-insulated.
I was just gonna ask, how's that to keep temperature controlled?
I got a wood stove and a turbo heater, and then I blocked off half the shop with a tarp. So it kind of holds it. It keeps it, you know, wintertime, it'll be like 60 in there with that stuff running,
That's not
which
bad.
ain't bad, you know.
Yeah,
But
not
Yeah,
bad.
you got to keep the wood stove going though. That's a chore.
yeah.
You got to get a pellet stove, bro. Set it and forget it.
Yeah, I mean, but I got all these trees here.
True.
I got all this free
Oh,
wood.
true, true,
Trees
true.
are dropping
Free
every day.
fuel. Yeah, I had a wood stove and I was just like, I'd start it up and then I'd start working on something. I'd forget about it and then I just burn out. Like, didn't notice and I'm like, it's too fucking cold in here. Why are my wrenches have frost on them?
But yeah, just working out of that, trying to get as much done as I can with what I
Yeah,
got.
dude.
I'm kind of running out of
What's
room. John
what's
Luke will tell you. I had like a swap meet
Oh yeah,
set up on my floor of just parts and shit.
yeah. Clay laid his bike out when he was building it, the blue bike. He laid it out like you'd be going to a swap meet, just laid on the ground for parts for sale. I'm like, what the fuck am I walking into over here? This is how you set your shit up as a swap.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Like,
Yeah, because I know it all came off of that bike. I'm not gonna put it on the shelf.
yeah.
And then like I'll be like, "Where's my fucking master cylinder?"
Mm,
I do the
I'm
same
dealing
thing,
with
dude.
that shit.
Yeah.
Dealing
I
with
laid
that
out on the
shit
ground.
right
I'm like, I
now.
take it off and I'm like, these are the parts that are going back on. Everything else is just trash.
If it's on,
But I take a picture too, because
Mhm.
like if I send
Bullshit.
stuff out to like powder coat or chrome or anything, you know, I got to make sure I have it all.
nah,
Um,
just do it like the Legos back in the day. Throw out the fucking instructions, knock all the pieces out in the car, and then you look at it.
Ugh. What instructions?
Yeah.
Pretty
Instruction.
much, man.
I haven't seen any fucking instructions. God, I wish there was more instructions.
I will
Oh
say
yeah.
the manuals I've looked at, even when we were looking at his like Ironhead, they're like subpar. They tell you how to do very specific things, but not at the same time. So good luck
Right.
figure out what the fuck you're. It's like if you really needed to find that one thing that you really don't ever need to know, they have that. But the things coming, they don't.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, I'm almost like anti-manual at this point. Like all the old heads will be like, you get the manual, it tells you everything, how to do everything. Bro, I have to flip through paper with my fingers and shit and try to find shit. I just Google it on my phone, exactly what I need, and it just comes up, and I don't even have to move.
Yeah, and beyond that, you're not always necessarily building a bike from a donor bike. Like I built the Evo, I got the engine completely separate from the tranny, from the frame and everything else. There is no manual. There's no numbers on my transmission. I have no idea what year the transmission, you know what I mean?
Oh
You
my
can't,
God,
it's
dude.
not
Are
like
you
you can
doing
just,
oh well, you got it together though,
it's
right?
together now. So the issue I'm having now, I went cheap and got the V-twin kicker kit. I am hell bent on this thing being kick only. It's an R&R motor. Best I can tell, it's 100-inch. And I've got the Softail 5-speed on it. All I know is it's Softail Generation 5-speed. So I'm like the starter loop's cut out of it. There is no option for e-start. So I backed myself into this corner and I got the V-twin because I'm a cheap fuck. And I've done everything I can possibly think without being like an actual machinist to get this thing to work. I've shimmed everything I can shim. I've made the shims out of washers and different thicknesses and everything else, and just tried to get it to work. The spring behind the ratchet shaft, the ratchet gear is so anemic. It doesn't give you enough spring tension to actually engage the kicker gears. And then I'd shim it and I'd get the gears to engage and it would spin the motor, but then the kicker would get stuck and the ratchets would engage so much that when I forcefully brought the kicker back up, it was engaging the motor in reverse.
Mm.
So I made the terrible financial decision to finance one of the W&W kits. It's going to be the only way to start this bike, and I'm not one of those guys that's like, fuck it, just throw all these parts at it until it works. But if it's going to be the only way, I want to keep this bike forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to
Well,
do it. It's a better kit. I got all the installers and all that other shit to do it. So I'm hoping that's a better kit and be all right there.
this brings back memories when I was doing my Orange Evo because I did electric start.
Yep.
So I bought everything separate: motor, transmission, primary setup. For anybody listening that wants to do an electric start, closed primary setup on a big twin Evo, try to do a donor bike
Mm,
because parts for that whole primary will change every like year or two, and then you'll be
crazy.
stuck
Yep.
because that's what happened. Like clutch hub was wrong, starter solenoid, jack shaft was wrong. It was a
Ugh.
whole fucking thing to get this electric start set up to work on that. I should just went with a belt drive, but
Yeah, it's crazy. The donor bike is the way to go for sure. If you are planning on spending a lot of time and a lot of money on this build, sure, piece it together. But if you're like, cool, I'm doing a build this winter, don't don't do it piecemeal. Get a donor bike and start from there. You know, everything is an assembly.
I will
Like,
also say though that Evo 5-speed is badass
yeah, for
and
sure.
it's
I think
cheap.
it's the way of the future, man. I got that transmission for $300. I got a BDL kit on it. That bolts right on. Like it's I'm so excited to run this bike. I can't wait.
I can't justify $1,200 plus on a ratchet top anymore.
Yeah.
Bro,
That
for a
was
piece
the
of shit, for a
that was
broken
the
one,
situation.
1,200.
Yeah. So that was the situation I backed myself into before I get a bunch of people hit me up going, "Hey, just throwing a 4-speed in there. Been cooler anyways." Yeah, I could have done that, but if I did the 4-speed, I'd have to get a longer main shaft to mate for the Evo. That'll cost money. The just
Yeah.
getting a rebuilt 4-speed itself is more expensive than the kit is, the W&W kit. And you know what I mean? And then the whole new BDL, whatever, like the clutch hub, and it's more expensive for me to have gone that route than to get the most expensive, best, well-made, engineered kit that comes for a 5-speed.
And I mean, is a ratchet top really worth $1,200?
Yeah, right,
And is a
exactly.
rotary top worth $600?
Mm.
Mm-mm.
I know that.
Every year parts go up like astronomically. Engine prices, transmission prices. Now
Yeah,
Evos are up. You know,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I used to be able to get an Evo. I used to see them for $600, $700. Now I got this one. Like I said, it's R&R, and it came out of a hot rod of a bike. So I paid $1,500 for it, and I think that's a good fair price
Yeah.
for it. But
I
for
don't think
just your
prices
bone
are ever
stock,
coming down.
nah, probably not.
Dude, raw material prices are up. like to even customize your bike. It's like sometimes it's cheaper to. I mean, it is cheaper sometimes to just buy a part, from a company
Oh yeah,
that makes it in a different country or whatever. You like try to source some raw material, get some fucking stainless steel or even mild steel, dude. It's fucking pretty pricey nowadays.
for
And it ain't never
tabs,
coming
yeah,
back down.
yeah, for tabs and mounts and stuff. Like for the scythe, I made all that stuff. For this one, I was like, I'm just gonna buy the 10-pack or whatever off Lowbrow.
Dude, I'm like scavenging like for the softail build I'm doing. I'm my entire head is in my scrap bin. I'm not buying any more tabs or any of that bullshit, dude. I'm like a Native American now, dude. I use every piece of the bike. I'm cutting it up. I'm making my own parts off of shit. I'm grinding off the fucking powder coat. I am not buying. It's too much.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the move. Go to swap meets and just get all those used parts. Cut the tabs off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
keep all the top trees from the springers too. Who's hoarding them? They
Yeah,
never
for real.
have a top tree.
Ugh,
Dude, that's true.
fucking
Where is
brutal.
it?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
It's like $700
top tree
for the
graveyard?
front end. You can make a top tree though.
yeah. Good luck. Ugh, these things are so stupid. Why didn't we just get into trains?
Yeah.
Model
for real.
trains.
Yeah, you get the same amount of male attention. Hey, guy, look at my cool train set. Oh, that's an awesome train set you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh man,
That's the move. Just shift gears. Build trains.
Fish and I
Yeah,
have
if
talked
we all
about
get
that.
into it, then we'll all still be cool. We just change this podcast to the Lowlife Trading Podcast or whatever.
Trendsetter. 2025.
Oh man,
Dude, I bet that community's suffering. I don't know any young guys that are into trains.
Well, it's gonna be us.
Yeah, we got to force ourselves to like trains.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
I love trains.
Hey, same thing with slot cars.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to get into these the RC shit, the nitromethane fucking things.
Those are fucking cool shit. Yeah, dude.
My kid just got an electric one, and it fucking boot scoots. That thing flies, drifts all over the place. So that's got me really thinking. Getting one of those nitro ones might be fun.
Yeah, dude.
And
I built a
can
mini
see
bike and I was
myself-
like, dude, mini bikes are way cheaper than choppers.
I can see myself running an RC car into my ankle like immediately.
I was
Oh
thinking
yeah,
the same
I've
thing,
done
dude.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. I did that. I actually ran it into my 2-year-old daughter on accident. That was fucking awful. She shook it off better than I did. But yeah, they're wild little things, but that thing's fun.
I feel like that's not a thing anymore. Remember when we were kids, you'd have the rechargeable ones and shit like that? I don't feel like that's a thing anymore.
Dude, they're everywhere, man. I thought the same thing until I had a son, dude. They're everywhere.
Are they? Huh.
You can get an RC, a radio control, remote control car, like just a straight up electrical whatever, and they're not very good, but you can get them all over the place on Amazon and Walmart. They're everywhere. Everything's remote controlled now. I got him a Radio Shack. I got him for his birthday. I got him a it's like a 5-in-1 kit. You can make 5 different, like you can build an excavator or a loader or whatever, and it's remote controlled. And you can like program it and stuff. Yeah, I don't think Radio Shack's around anymore, is it?
What year is it?
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that. I love Radio Shack, though. It was great.
Yeah, man.
Remember,
I have one in my town over here, and it's really sad. They don't like have any lights on.
That can't be. What? Just empty? Just sits there?
A Radio Shack?
Yeah. No, is it actually working? There's no way that's still a functioning business.
Yeah, dude. There's a lady. I think it's a franchise. So she has like a sign outside. Well, the sign on the store is Radio Shack, but then there's another sign called like AV Concepts. So she like franchised the Radio Shack. She lives there, and like you go in there and there's just like dogs walking around, and her daughter who's like 12. I guess she doesn't go to school. She just like sits there on her phone. And I go there, you know, if I need like electrical shit,
Yeah.
but they don't have any lights on. And like sometimes I'll go in there and there'll be nobody in there. And then I'll just be like walking around this empty, it's wicked tiny, dude. It's like the size of this office. And then she'll like come running over. And I'm like, oh, sorry, are you guys like open? She's like, we are now. And they have like cool electrical. I just did the wiring and stuff, and they have like all the cool little connectors I needed and shit.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Radio Shack, bro.
That's
Bring
Oh,
it back.
shit.
yeah.
When you come up here, we'll go.
My
We'll
stock
go.
in Radio
John, look,
Shack.
I'll take you over to Radio Shack.
I'm looking forward to this trip more and more every minute we talk. Fuck,
Hell yeah.
I can't wait. We do have
You gotta-
about it because I got to figure out what just what everyone's doing so I can plan it out. But I don't even have time to think. I got fucking motorcycles to build.
Dude, we don't even ask us. We don't even know. We don't know what's going on.
I won't even
I
ask.
have no idea what I'm doing.
No, we'd love to do like a pre or post party or whatever, and yeah, we got to start nailing that shit down.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
in.
There'll definitely be a post or a pre, one of the two.
All right.
For sure. Even if the post is like, hey, we're a couple or like we're one exit 5 miles away from like Elm Street. Let's just all go to whatever bar, and hang out. Especially depending on the weather or whatever. But I mean, we could have it at my house, but we'd just be a bunch of people packed in my fucking garage. And I don't have a big garage, so we'll all stand around in the paint booth.
Perfect.
Nice.
I like that.
Huff and paint.
Yeah, dude.
Man,
I have
That's the
plenty of
can,
paint.
bro.
Plenty of paint to huff for sure.
Those are some of my favorite mugshot pictures of the paint huffers because they're all fucked up and it's like the chrome. Like, why didn't you just get like fucking normal color paint?
The chrome
Because
is
the
better,
me-
dude.
the
The chrome
the
has like
metallics,
more
yeah.
of the CFCs or whatever.
The metallics get you fucked up. That's why, yeah.
Oh, that's the trick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
That's why it's always silver or gold.
Like the alcoholics, when you buy the airplane bottles, you get more money for your booze than buying a full bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you mean the airplane bottles?
Dude, that's an alcoholic trick right there. The little airplane bottles, if you buy a full sleeve of those, they're cheaper to buy that than buy a full size of bottle, and I think you get more per bottle. If you get
Okay.
a full package. I don't know that personally, but I've been told by many of people.
By like 2 fluid ounces.
Yeah, hey,
That is
whatever.
some hobo shit right there.
Every bit counts, all right?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the nips. I love a nip.
Yeah.
I always buy nips. I told you last time when you were on,
Yeah.
Randy, you get the 15% off. You buy a nip.
Yeah.
I've been stocking up on nips. You just keep in the car, Yeah.
Hold on, officer. Yeah, we're good.
They're like, were you drinking a nip? No, I was just coughing. Dude, a nip can fit in your fist. You're just like,
Yeah, you got to get the Dr. McGillicuddy's menthol mint.
Ooh, dude, the doctor knows.
there you go. Then the
You just
officer
brush your
pulls you
teeth.
over and he's like, do you use Crest? Like, what's your secret?
Did you just come from the dentist? It's 3 a.m.
Your teeth are so yellow, but your breath smells so minty.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
eye's pointing this way, one side is going that way. But, I mean, you seem pretty put together. You smell like creme de menthe.
Yeah, you ran over a curb and a cat, but you smell nice.
That's awesome.
Life hack.
Yeah, my fact.
Don't at me.
That's fucking amazing.
Like all those people in Wales or wherever the fuck that was.
Oh, speaking of foreign countries, I was duped last episode. I was talking about those, and I got this right from the horse's mouth from a Canadian.
Oh
That
yeah.
was like some AI shit. That was fake news, dude.
The
I'm
old car
I'm
thing.
checking out soon, dude. I can't do that. I can't be constantly fucked with.
What happened?
There was a video going around. It looked like a politician or whatever in Canada saying, as of what was it, the year that was 2000 or something. They're
Yeah.
like, we're gonna start phasing out all vehicles prior to 2000 based on our new emissions and blah blah blah. There was something else too, I forget, but it was some
Kits
like
and
real
tinting.
dystopian, crazy government ruling shit. And yeah, apparently it's all fucking bullshit, dude.
It was
It's-
AI generated, but it looked fucking real.
Dude, I'm getting like sponsored ad commercial shit now where it looks so much like a person that's speaking and their mannerisms and the way they're talking and
Yeah.
stuff. And then you look in the comments and everyone's like, it's AI. Look at their right eyebrow in 36 seconds. It's
Yeah, I'm not that
fucking
tuned
scary.
in. That's the
It's
problem.
scary,
I'm
dude.
gullible.
Yeah, dude.
Their fingers are all fucked up. There's always
Yeah.
some thing.
Yep. Yeah. The fucking hair grows an arm real quick or something. Yeah. It's always a little fucky, but
Kind of crazy.
yeah, it's scary. And that I have, yeah, I'm stick to my own little island as far as all that shit is concerned. I'll look at it real quick and go, wow, that'd be crazy if it was real. And then next, man.
Yeah. So I think I'm thinking about going back to a flip phone and trains. I think that's the move, guys.
That's
dude.
Now we're gonna be conductors of our little mini trains, and we can wear the cool hats. Conductor hats are cool.
Yeah.
We all agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
And then we're just gonna get rid. Social media is done. Back to the flip phone. Or if you guys want to just go landline, do it old school.
Landline is cool.
For real.
Hey, I'll get the long cord so you don't get like trapped in the kitchen.
Yeah, but we won't be able to talk anymore because I'm not paying for that long distance shit.
Oh yeah.
Only after 9
So we're
p.m.
gonna be lonely train conductors in our basement, and none of us will talk because it's too expensive.
I passed somebody in like coming to my shop, and they had a whole bunch of fucking pigeons in a coop. We can send messages. Go fucking old school.
Messenger pigeons.
Yep, that'd be sweet. We must go
That
back.
shit's insane to me, dude. How do you get a fucking pigeon to do that shit?
Yeah, it's witchcraft. I think black magic.
I've seen pigeons eat cigarette butts, dude. You telling me that you flew messages across the country to other people with valuable information? I don't know. I'm dubious about this.
Everyone fix, man. You can't come for eating cig butts, all right? Little nicotine here never hurt anybody, all right?
That's right.
I've been feeding them for years.
All right, guys,
Not
we're
littering.
gonna shut her down. We're an hour and a half in. Plus, we had a bomb ass intro. Me and Dan slayed, didn't we, Dan?
Sure. I don't remember.
We just talked about ourselves the entire time. We got to do this more often. I love this big group of guys. We got to do
fun.
more guests. I like the double guest thing.
Yeah, no, I think it worked out, and everyone's very respectful. We all had our turns to talk. We weren't running into each other. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
dude.
very limited lag. I mean, there is definitely a little bit of a lag, and I think we've stepped on each other a couple times, but it's only from that. This worked out a lot smoother than I thought it was going to.
I thought it was going to be an absolute shit show, and I'd have to call you guys tomorrow and be like, "None of this is usable. We have to do it again." But no, it was great. We should.
Now
do it
you
again.
spoke that into existence.
Yeah.
The other thing is too is like this is way easier to just have a bunch of dudes on a podcast together than having just one person. You're like the center of attention. It's a little bit more relaxed, you know?
Yeah, just like a bunch of dudes hanging out talking about trains.
Dude, I'm buying a conductor's hat on Amazon right now.
You're like those dudes that wear welding caps out in the public and they're not welding.
That's
For
me.
real.
I gotta tell people I'm a welder.
Yeah.
This is real, I promise. I earned these holes. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that fucking crazy? That's such a crazy thing.
I know.
Yeah. It's like the
I spilled like, I don't know, probably half a pint of primer all over the front of my favorite sweatshirt. And I posted something on it, and you would not believe how many people reached out that were serious, that were like, dude, you could sell that on Depop for like $100 or whatever. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
See?
Gross.
And you're knocking ways to make chopper money here that you could be buying your shit with.
Fuck, that's a good point.
Right?
Start dumping
Bro.
paint all over my shit.
Yeah, sell your bathwater, dude.
Ugh.
Fans, fuck, beat ass clothes. You really
I got holes in my clothes, burn marks. I'm just hoping people donate, really. Just donate me clothing.
Yeah, for real. There's people out there spending $100 for your shirt.
If there's any weirdos listening to this, I will sell you my dirty underwear. I won't wash it. I'll send you. It has holes in it.
Dude.
That's for you to breathe through.
Don't be weirded
All
out.
my underwear. I haven't bought underwear in decades.
What?
Yeah, dude, decades. You hold them
Oh,
up
shit.
to the if you hold them up to the sunlight, they're completely translucent.
Dude,
What do I
that's
need underwear for? To look good naked?
Dude, I
Second,
have
what?
this isn't intended to be a commercial for Duluth, but I have 6 pairs of the exact same color. Like they're literally the exact same red pair of Duluth, and I wear those every single day. I can't imagine how many people out there that know me probably assume that I wear the same underwear every single fucking day. I swear to God, I change them. I legitimately have 6 pairs of the same underwear. They're the most comfortable underwear in the fucking world, and that's all I refuse to wear anything else.
I don't think I believe you, Dan. I'm sorry.
I will. I straight up. I've been prepared for this moment. I will take a photo and I'll unfold them all. There's always at least 1 pair in the washing machine. I swear to God, I'm wearing clean underwear every
How
time you
many
see me.
pairs do you have? 6?
6, yep.
How
What are you
often are
doing
people
laundry day,
seeing
dude?
you in your underwear, though?
How what?
I said, how often are random people seeing you in your underwear? Because you
I
said
don't know.
people assume that I wear the same pair. Like it's pretty common.
I don't know. I think probably if I don't know, I walk around and like with no t-shirt and
He's a
shit on,
tease.
like especially
He's always
in the
bending
summer or
over.
whatever.
Oh, I dropped my my 10mm wrench. His ass hangs out.
Yeah. You know, that's a good point. I guess there aren't that many people probably seeing my underwear. But if I've ever bent over in front of you twice in a row, in your 2 different days in a row, and you noticed I'm wearing red Duluth underwear, they're different pairs, I promise.
Yeah. See, nobody's looking. I bend over and people are like, birds. But my underwear is disgusting. It has holes all over it, blown out, dude. If you hold it up in the wind and blow on it, it'll just dissipate like dandelion spores into the wind.
It's built-in AC, dude. You might as well just not wear them. In the summer, I go commando most of the time, just for reference. But
Yeah.
oh, dude,
Straight up thong.
it's the best, man. Even when I was in the military in uniform, I'd go commando for sure. It's
They allow that?
so much better. I mean, how
They
you
don't
gonna
check.
know? No,
Don't ask, don't tell.
that was a thing when I was in.
Well, I have to check
Crazy.
underwear. I didn't know they made underwear. They do make nice products, though. I will give them that.
Is it made out of that high strength material like the fucking pants?
Oh,
Yeah, it's made out of canvas.
They're
Extra
crazy
padding
comfortable.
over the cock.
You got like a pocket for a screwdriver or something.
I fucking wish. No,
Dude, yeah,
they're just
utility
really
underwear.
comfortable. They're the only boxer briefs I've ever put on that don't end up riding up into my ball sack.
That's nice.
And I hate that more than anything. So yeah, that's why I rep the Duluth.
All right. Lady Lowlives, tune in. Go over, link in bio. Go over to our OnlyFans. Dan's going to be sporting all 6 pairs of his underwear. He's going to be showing it off and probably doing a couple of solo things for our other Lowlives or gentlemen Lowlives.
Hit me up for customs.
Clay, John Luke, it's been awesome talking to you guys. Stick around. I'm going to see these Lowlives into their weekend. I know you guys wanted to hear all about our underpants, but until next week, Lowlives, get in the garage, get in trouble, fuck with people, have fun.
Hell yeah.
Never stop shopping.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That was fun, dudes. Deadbeat Customs. Steve over at Deadbeat Customs is about grassroots motorcycle riders who take it upon themselves to build and customize their bike. They offer parts for all Harley-Davidson models and also custom parts for choppers, bobbers, trackers, and cafe racers. When it comes to building a custom motorcycle, they carry the best brands available. Go visit their brick and mortar store in Tewksbury, Mass, or at deadbeatcustoms.com. Remember, enter Lowlife at checkout and save some loot. Stay strong, Co. Sean Luke has been sent down from the heavens to bless us Lowlifes with the greatest motherfucking hot sauce in the world. Sweet heat baby Jesus in the white pants heralds a message from God himself. This hot sauce is for your food. Keep it off your butthole. The shits in the hotter than hellfire Lowlife chopper sauce. Go to staystrongco.org today and grab yourself the holy trinity of hot sauces. Oxford Co. Choppers. Chris is the original bad boy from Oxford, Connecticut. From frame restoration and repair to handlebars and hardtails. Hard parts for hard men. His hardtails are expertly TIG welded and installed in-house. Made of USA-made steel, cast axle plates, he is your man for the hardest shit to hit the East Coast since Hurricane Bob. Find him on Instagram at oxfordco.choppers. Steel City Blacksmithing. Josh specializes in handcrafted steel work right outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Anything from custom motorcycle parts to hammers and tomahawks. Don't get it twisted. If it can be twisted, he's twisting it. Check him out at steelcityblacksmithing.com today. Beck Built Fab. Dustin is the plug for excess chopper parts. That's why we call him the Metric Man. Drum disc brakes, bid controls, hand shifters, foot clutch, modded worm gears, intakes, and more. He can do any fabrication job, weld repair, upholstery, or even maintenance. Check him out at beckbuiltfab.com.